Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and these are the Friday the 13th Part 4 and Part 5 German Blu-ray Media Books. And before we dive into these two releases, I wanted to discuss the ratings on these two releases. As you can see, Friday the 13th Part 4 has an 18 rating, and Friday the 13th Part 5 has a 16 rating. So clearly, the ratings board in Germany, where these releases originate from, are far more restrictive on violence than on nudity, because even though Friday the 13th Part 4 has some nudity, it's also got some really hardcore kills in it that weren't as truncated by the MPAA as the kills were in Friday the 13th Part 5. However, Friday the 13th Part 5 has an enormous amount of nudity in it. So I just think that's interesting. Truncated kills, but tons of nudity, a lower rating than some nudity, but some really hardcore, really bloody, gory kills, which got an 18 rating. I just thought that was kind of interesting. First up, let's take a look at Freitag der 13 Teil 4, Das letzte Kapitel. Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. Now, I picked up this release from Amazon.de. There are like 3 different covers for this new German Blu-ray Media Book release for Friday the 13th Part 4. If you got the one from Diabolic DVD, which I did not, by the time I jumped on Diabolic DVD to pick up this release, it was already sold out. They had the release where you see Jason here sliding down the machete. Now, personally, I think this is a better cover for this release. I think the artwork is better. So, you know, I had to wait a little bit longer than I would have if I'd purchased from the from Diabolic DVD, but I think I got the better cover art out of the deal ordering it from Amazon.de. But this artwork, my God, absolutely gorgeous. You've got Jason there with Tommy over his shoulder after he's sort of modeled himself after a young Jason. There you've got Trish, and at the bottom you've got Jason having slid down the machete blade. An infamous, beautiful, gory, awesome sequence. But yeah, that cover art is absolutely fantastic. There is the spine. Here is the back of the release. We've got some images from the film. We've got the write-up there in German, which I cannot read. Here we've got the credits, the extras. Again, all of these releases seem to have the same extras as the deluxe DVD and Blu-ray releases for the Friday the 13th films that we got here in the States. It is, of course, Region B locked. But yeah, very cool. So let's open it up and check out the insides. There's the cover of the other media book release, with the quilted cover. Of course, these new ones, very hard media book covers. The old releases, the old German media book releases had just sort of quilted cover, but that was the artwork for that release with the mask on it, the bloody Part 4 mask. Very cool. Yeah, very nice. There's Trish, or the back of Trish. There's Tommy, Jason looking at his horrible wound that he got from when Trish slammed the machete into his hand. There's the poster art for the film. Very cool. 3 times before you have felt the terror, known the madness, lived the horror. But this is the one you've been screaming for. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Friday, April 13th is Jason's unlucky day. There's Dr. I can't remember his name. I just remember he was watching that workout video in the cold room and trying to seduce our poor nurse here. And we all know how that turned out. Didn't turn out too well. for either of them. And actually there he is meeting his demise. Very grisly demise at that. And there she is meeting her. Pretty equally grisly demise. Very nice. Here we are with Tommy. There's Tommy wearing one of his masks. My camera will focus. There we go. There's Tommy in the kitchen talking to Mom. There's Crispin Glover and, geez, I can't remember the other actor's name, but Teddy, of course. Would you put that in your little computer, Teddy? The computer don't lie. And here's this poor girl. I think the movie did an excellent job of kind of setting her up to maybe be kind of the final girl. She was the innocent, sweet, virginal girl. And then, of course, not very long after she gave it up to the dude in the shower, she was a goner. So, and there is Trish, the lovely Kim Beck. I got to meet her at a convention a few years ago. Very, very nice lady. Very, very nice. There's the car. There's Tommy's room. All of his masks. Very cool. Here is the boat kill. Judy Aronson. I got to meet Judy Aronson not long ago at a convention. She was pretty cool. She had a very nice kill. And here is Jason getting that hammer into the back of his neck. That looked very painful. And look at that, the eyes. He's like, oh, geez, woman. Very cool. There is our would-be hero. There is young Tommy. Some very nice images from the film here. There she is. She's just, had her fun in the shower. And she's thinking, do I look differently now that I'm, I've had that moment? Do I look different? Then, of course, she runs downstairs after she discovers this fella having been, not treated so nicely by Jason in the shower. I mean, forget about the psycho shower scene. This shower scene from Friday the 13th Part 4. That's what we're talking about. And there she is, axe in chest. So long. You gave it up. Now you gotta go. There's Tommy reading up about young Jason. The Crystal Lake Massacre. Jason coming through the window to get Tommy. Tommy and Trish. Some really nice images in this media book. Trish jamming the machete into Jason's hand. That had to hurt. I love this sequence in the film. I love the sequence where Trish, she has no place else to run. She's armed with that machete, and she's like, you know what? If I'm going out fighting. And she really gives Jason, she gives him a run for his money. And there's the infamous sequence, Jason's head sliding down that machete. That effect was actually cut out in like the British releases of the film, which is interesting. And there's Jason after he's burst through the door, going to throw the hammer at Trish and Tommy. Very cool. There is the back of the hockey mask, the back of the other German Blu-ray Mediabook release. There is the disc for the film. Glad they put that artwork on the disc. That's very cool. And there's Jason coming through the door to attack Trish. Yes, this is a very, very nice German Media Book Blu-ray release for Friday the 13th Part 4. Again, I love this artwork. Absolutely fantastic artwork. Yes. And now, as much as I loved the artwork on the Friday the 13th Part 4 German Blu-ray Media Book, this takes the cake. The artwork for the Friday the 13th Part 5 A New Beginning German Blu-ray Media Book is a thing of absolute beauty. This is just, oh my God. Take a gander at that. There is Jason, aka Roy, hovering over Pam, hovering over Tommy. There you've got Tommy in the sort of the dream sequence, although it should be young Tommy, but you know, we'll forgive them for that little error. But still, just abso-freaking-lutely beautiful artwork. I love this freaking artwork. Now, I do have the other Friday the 13th Part 5 German Blu-ray Media Book, and I'm pretty sure that all of the pages inside here are exactly the same as from that release. So I won't show you guys these pages again. Also because I had to do quite a bit of editing when I did the video for the other Part 5 German Blu-ray Media Book, the quilted cover one with the mask, because a lot of these pages contain nudity. So to avoid having to do that, I'll just show you guys the front cover, the back cover, and then I might show you a couple of pages inside here that are sans nudity. But again, this artwork is just an absolute freaking thing of beauty. Check that out. My goodness. Ugh, beautiful. There is the spine. There's the back. Got some nice images there. The credits, the extras. And yes, these are the exact same pages as the other German Blu-ray Media Book. So I'll just flip through here and show you guys some of the pages that don't contain nudity, which I think there's actually more that do contain nudity than pages that do not. But there is what appears to be the Japanese or Chinese poster art for the film. And that's some really cool poster art. Very, very nice poster art. And there is young Tommy standing over Jason's grave in the dream sequence. There's Lana after meeting her demise at the little diner. There is the lovely Deborah Voorhees about to meet her demise at the hands of Roy. Now that is, that's a beautiful thing right there. That is a beautiful thing right there. The strap, I mean, my goodness, what was Danny Steinman thinking when he was coming up with kills for this movie? I mean, I can imagine him being like, okay, I'm going to have okay, let's throw a strap around this guy's head. It's going to go right around his eyes. And then I'll have the killer put the strap around this big stick, and he's going to twist it until like it just goes into the guy's head, and it's going to look awful and awesome. Oh, bless you, Danny Steinman. R.I.P. There's Junior's head. And here is Violet's demise. Awesome stuff. And there's the main man, Roy, as Jason. And Reggie the Reckless. Hashtag Reckless. And there he is again, Jason, a.k.a. Roy, in the barn, doing his thing. Very, very cool. There's the back of the mask. And here is the Blu-ray for the Friday the 13th Part 5 A New Beginning German Blu-ray Media Book. These are both absolutely gorgeous releases for Friday the 13th Part 4 and Part 5. The German Blu-ray Media Book releases, and every time I do a video on one of these releases, I say it and I'll say it again. Why can we not get awesome releases like this for the Friday the 13th films in the States? You've either got to import them in or catch them on Diabolic DVD before they go, before they go out of stock. But, oh man, just awesome releases for Friday the 13th, Part 4 and Part 5, the German Blu-ray Mediabooks. Let me know what you guys think about these releases down in the comment section below. Were you guys able to grab these off of Diabolic DVD, which I actually picked up part 5 off of Diabolic DVD. This one I picked up off of Amazon.de. So let me know if you did pick these up. Where'd you get them? Let me know your thoughts on them down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the $1 a Month Club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons, Kevin Smythe, Orc145626, B-Movie Mike, Robert Sobel, Turi Delamore, Stephen Flanagan, Lori Holt, Mitch Odell, Farron Sutton, Craig Farrand, Jeremiah Lambert, Grindhouse Grotto, Joseph Charlesworth, Chris Earls, Derek Jana, Demon Waffles, Simon Clark, Stone Gassman, Zachary Barton, Mr. Bibby 86, James Welch, Eli Geisler, Jeff Overing, Alan Scott, Kyle McGuire, Jay the Stingray, Lauren Dixon, Travis Davis, Dave Barnes, Jonathan Lundy, Chris Parsons, Chris Gonzalez, and Trenton Bowser. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.